So, in this video I'll be discussing something that I personally think should have been implemented into Battlefield since Battlefield 3, and it's probably something that a lot of people haven't really thought about or have overlooked. What I'll be discussing in this video is the bleed out mechanic. Now, something I've noticed recently while playing is that I'm getting killed by players I've just injured when they have a single digit of health. I could have nearly say 80% health, and when they kill me they're on about 5% or anything under 10%. This is something that's really becoming tedious over the last couple play sessions on Battlefield 4, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. Obviously, this is all my personal opinion, and it probably sounds like I'm just whining about someone who was able to kill me first, but if you agree with what the topic of this video is about, please make sure you let me know in the comments. So basically, the way this will work is when a player takes damage below 10% health, whether that's by an enemy or they're injuring themselves with an explosive or any other weapon, they should automatically start to bleed out. Once the bleed out starts, the player will start to lose 1 unit of health every 2 seconds. For example, if they have 9 health, it would essentially take about 18 seconds to die. In order to stop the bleed out, they will then have to find a health pack dropped by a teammate to get out of the bleed out zone and start regaining their health. In terms of HUD indicators to signal when the bleed out process has started, I had the idea that you would get the usual low health darkened screen, but it would slowly, but not in an obnoxious way, pulsate with the colour red. It gives a clear understanding as to when you're in the bleed out phase, and also gives you more incentive to look for health, as it may get distracting having that on your screen. Other players will be able to see when you're in the bleed out zone, as you'll have a flashing icon above your head, much like the revive icon we can see in Battlefield now, but it will be obviously an icon that basically looks like something that's to do with bleeding out. I'm hoping this will encourage the team to work together in aiding their comrades who are about to die. It would also be cool if we could see blood splatters on the ground as the player's walking away or is running, but to be honest, I'd rather they probably just walked in the bleed out phase due to them being on such low health. This would be cool as well, as say if an enemy player is chasing this player that they've just shot at and injured, they could find out where they are if they was to say stumble into a building and try and hide to regain their health. This feature has been used in other games, but the one game that's really brought this thought onto me the past couple of weeks is Arma. Now, Arma is a milsim game, and this is probably why it's been implemented into that game. But if you take one bullet or one hit from a zombie save on playing DayZ, you instantly start to bleed out until you bandage. But as I've said, I know this is a milsim game, so that it has to be realistic, whereas Battlefield doesn't in that sense. I mean, obviously there's a tiny bit of realism to Battlefield, but they still want to make it fun at the same time. But keeping it so it only happens when you drop below 10% health is how I would definitely like to implement this. After listening to the concept itself, you're probably wondering why I don't just go and play hardcore if I'm complaining about being killed by low health players. Well, in your own way, you're right. I could just go and play hardcore, then I would be on the same playing field with the same players, but that's not what this video is about. This video is to try and bring across a concept that I think would be great if it was included in the multiplayer game to give it that much more immersion. It's not something that would break the game, obviously, and I know there would be people out there who would definitely disagree with this kind of concept being added into the game, but it'll just show players that they need to be more careful with their health and to encourage other teammates to drop down health kits. Just a bit of off-topic information to end this video though. If you haven't already heard yet, the new Battlefield UI has been released on Xbox and PS4, and we're still awaiting the release on PC in the coming future. This is that main launcher that they're going to use for Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, Medal of Honor Warfighter, Hardline, and then obviously Battlefield 1 when it releases in October. The reason I've mentioned this is that on the actual Battlefield 1 page on the launcher itself, the main theme for Battlefield 1 has now been discovered, which I'll post a link to in the description. The main man, Danny on PC, did the honours of uploading it for us, so make sure you go and subscribe to him. One thing I can say is the theme is definitely something that I was hoping for, and it's just one of those things that when you listen to it, it brings back a really old school Battlefield feel for me, and it reminds me of Battlefield 1942, which was what I played a lot of, and you know what, they've definitely brought out something great with the Battlefield 1 theme. But anyways, if you do have any thoughts on how to make the concept better, or if you have any thoughts in general, just let me know in the comments below. So while you're down there as well, it'd be great if you could like the video, and if you're already not, please give me a subscribe. I've been Unsey, and I hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video.